Hi all, welcome back to more Skies Above Britain. This is my Chapter 2, Patrol 1, Part 2. From earlier today, I left it like this, so I kind of ran out of time. We've just finished round 1, the bombing, through the bomber's order. So we are going to get round 2 coming up shortly, and I guess we are at we're still in the bomber cycle, if you like, and we're just at this step here. So we're going to disengage, which I said I was going to do off camera and then come back to the bomber formation step, but we do have a hit check to make, just the one guy here. So we're going to disengage and then do the hit check and then resume and then come back. Well, it's going to be card 18 because we've no cruise orders, so we're going to come at card 18, and then we're not already going to be engaged because everything came in from the flank, so we're just going to go to round 2 of the bomber cycle and kick that off. So let me disengage everybody and then we'll get this hit check checked. Okay, that's everybody disengaged. So we've all got this one check to make. 7 fuselage. Just thinking, there's a few comments out there, recent parts, end of Patrol 6. I can't think of anything that's jumping to mind. Tim was backing up his statement of when he talked about we didn't have time and we should just contact right away. I think we were in the middle zone. He reckoned we didn't have time, should make contact right away. The bombers had already dropped their bombs, so I'm guessing the raid marker was in there, and I chose to move into the coast zone, so delaying another turn, if you like, or another round or whatever before making contact. And I said that I could understand what he was saying. We didn't have any escorts, so maybe there's good reason for that. The benefits to being here and making contact in the same zone are quite big, and also getting the high altitude is also big. However, I rolled pretty well there, and it probably was quite lucky. And so he was standing by the fact that he felt that because then we were going to go, the raid was then going to head back over the channel, that it was riskier, and he kind of, that's, although there's an R2 sort of around 2 turns there, if you like, they are over the channel. And if you recall rightly, we did lose 1 pilot due to that. So he does have a fair point there, and that maybe if we hadn't dilly-dallied that turn and just made contact there, we might not have lost that pilot over the channel. So, although I felt the result of things went well, we got our 6 points, we got our excellent result, which was all good. We did lose another pilot though. It was an R killed in action result, and possibly, well, would we have got the 6 points still? Maybe. We might still been able to do it from there because there was no escorts. So, maybe, and then maybe we wouldn't have lost that pilot because we wouldn't have been over the channel. So possibly. I think I replied with, I think you're probably right, but I was happy with the results. But thinking back on it, I was happy with the 6 points, but then we did lose another pilot. So now he's playing through his campaign with the. Let me see what I had the book out because I was looking at the optionals book. Let's just see how that works. It'll be graduated replacements, I think. So let's see how that actually works. There's graduated replacements. This is on page 5 of the optional. I think it's just called optionals, this book, isn't it? Optionals. Now, most of the time optional rules, well, it's quite often some of them might be beneficial, but I would think most of them make the game probably a bit trickier. That's generally how it works. But sometimes you get some that make it slightly easier, or you get two that sort of like offset each other. But let's just look at this. Graduated replacements, the standard rule allowing for one pilot replacement each patrol. Now, that's what we get, right? That's what we're playing with, because we're not playing with this graduated replacements. But I'm just want to highlight this, how different it is, and how important that loss of that pilot might have been. So, standard rule allowing for one pilot replacement each patrol is an easy feature that keeps game flows smooth, but it lacks the uncertainty of actual historical events. It also is insensitive to the changing state of the squadron. This optional rule replaces that fixed replacement rate and necessitates, struggle with that word always, a die roll after each patrol. It allows for a range of replacements from 0 to 2, depending on the number of empty seats in the squadron. Thanks goes to Todd Quinn for this option rule and its table. So you've got a pilot deficit, and then you've got either one or two replacements depending on the die roll. Let's see the procedure here then. Maybe this it's possible that this could work out slightly better then. I don't know. It was saying there that you can get from 0 to 2. I haven't watched. I'm going to get around to watching Tim's stuff. I have watched a bit of it. I don't know where I'm at. Have I watched the first patrol through? I can't remember exactly anyway. But so determine the current number of pilots in the squadron. Right. So that would normally be, well, you get 20 pilots and you've got to use 12 of them, so I'm not quite sure what that number, if that's looking for 20 there or 12. But anyway, you must include pilots in the bailout box and the hospital box. Do not include dead and captured pilots. Subtract that number from the maximum number of pilots allowed in the squadron. So chapters 1 and 2 equals 20, chapters 3 equals 18, chapters 4 equals 16. Right? Difference is called the pilot deficit. So hang on, you must include pilots in the... Subtract that number from the maximum number of pilots allowed. Yeah, so that maximum number is 20 for what chapter we were in. So it's saying you count up how many you've got in the squadron, but you don't include dead and captured. So let's just say, because I want to say we maybe lost 2 in the first patrol. And is this after every patrol as well? So let's just say we had 18. 20, so we've got a deficit of 2. This determines the row you must use when referencing the pilot replacement table. Roll die, each row has 2 numbers. I want to say we might have actually had 3, but 3 is not. Well, there's 1 to 2, so you need to roll a 9 to get that 1 replacement. I think that's what that's saying. There's an example. So I know I never finished reading all that, but wasn't really wanting to go heavily into it. It's chapter 2, and there are 2 pilots in the bailout box and 3 in the hospital box. 2 pilots have been killed, which means 2 names on the pilot roster are being crossed out. In total, the pilot deficit is 2. Yeah, okay. The player must use the bottom row on the table, the row of 6, which is lower than the number needed to garner 1 replacement. They needed to roll at least a 9. So yeah, that is harder. That is harder, isn't it? Yeah, and so the point there is that it's going to be harder. I'm not playing with that rule, so every patrol I'm allowed to, at the end of it. And actually, this brings up a slight sort of glitch in how I'm doing things, and something that I might have missed out on. I don't think I have, but I don't know how to take note of this. Well, I think it says that when you replace a pilot, it says, and in particular, I'm looking at Tansy here, who was the last pilot to be lost. In particular, him, because it says we should put the name under his name and keep his sort of detail. But I was just rubbing them out. I'm putting this in pencil, so I was rubbing it out and then putting a new name in, right? And then starting again, because these numbers don't matter. The fact that he was green doesn't matter. The fact he was killed in action we've recorded already. The 3 bomber kills he has Oh no, we do have a track of that. Right, it's fine. Forget what I'm saying then. So I was concerned that I was tracking the bomber kills because I'm tracking that here, and I've started in this chapter 2 doing it in the way that Tim's been doing it, because I do feel like that's a better way to do it. I've done it a bit differently, but we were tracking the escort kills there as well. So my problem was that I wouldn't have been taking full note of the escort kills, but right. I can forget about that. That's fine. That's okay. No problem. Yeah, okay, and I suppose the point is there that maybe to the way Tim's playing the game with that optional rule of the pilot's graduated pilot thing, whatever it was, it puts an extra strain on your pilots, and I guess they become more important. You know I can replace one every patrol here. So as long as I don't get like 4 or 5 of them killed, if I'm getting 1 or 2 of them killed, I know I'm getting 1 back every turn. Whereas the way he's playing it with that optional rule, that's not the case, and it becomes harder. He's having used more fatigued pilots, and and it's becoming more of a strain on the thing. And that's probably a more realistic way of how to play the game. And I guess, yeah, like I said at first, if I had been more in tune with the rules of the game, I would have played with the optional rules, and for sure if I do, I'll play through this, and I hope I do one day. I can't see myself going through the whole campaign of this and then restarting again and adding all the optional rules, but who knows? I'm enjoying it up to now. Right now, I could probably do that, but I think once I get to the end of chapter 4, I might have had enough of it for a while. I'm just hoping I've just had enough of it for a while, and I will come back to it one day. Like a lot of games that we play, we come back to them. You don't. Well, unless you're Stu, he must play it over and over again. The amount of times the amount of patrols he's said he's recorded, he obviously thinks highly of this game and gets a great enjoyment out of it. But that's great, that's what we're here for, to get some fun, enjoy it. So, okay, that's enough yakking away. I didn't think I was needing any of that, but there you go. Right, so I've disengaged. We have one hit check to do. It's a Fuselage 7. Now, we are over the channel right now. Fuselage, I want to say, is not the worst. If we were to end up crashed, our bailout numbers are 6+. If we were to end up on fire, our bailout numbers are 8+. This guy now, blue 2, he's not green though, is he? No, he's not green, which would make different things. But let's just roll above a 7 or above, and then we don't need to worry about all that. So hit check, here we go, 7 or greater. Hey, it's a 10. It's tucked in the corner, I'm sure you can see it. It's a 10. So good, trivial hit, smashing. Back he goes, and he didn't have any ammo issues either, actually. Blue 2. So pretty good. Yeah, quite a lot of low ammo, but yeah, that's what happens. We've got one with jam guns. I see he's one of our aces, isn't he? I think he is. Yeah, green leader. Anyway, right, bomber formation. So what do we do now? We've got 4 points already. 4 kit isolated. We've got potential in R4. We do, however, have 3 hits here, 2 hits there. So, I mean, yes, we can go after probably this tile first to disrupt it. I get the feeling we should still be going for the tiles and getting the 4 points, but there's not much involved to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential points there. So I don't know if some of you might sort of think that this is a better place to be looking, because again, we've got some discards here, so let's look at the first 3 or 4 cards. And I remember we're more than likely talking flank attacks here. So let's just look back in the last, what have we got? Just 3 cards here. This is the last 3 discards on a flank attack. Actually, let's make it 4 cards. The last 4 discards. So flank attack on independent bombers, right? Bear in mind we need 4 hits on these, so this one's got 3. Let's put him there. Actually, doesn't really matter which way. So we only need 1 hit there. 2, 2, 2, 2, and that's 5 points. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 fighters. If we've got a hit every time, that is 5 points. Right, okay, that's an extreme sort of everything going right. What did I say? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So 9 aircraft. 1, 2, 3. I will go 12 still, won't I? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 9 of the 12 pilots could give us these 5 points. Right, but let's look on back on the cards. So coming off the starboard, unisolated bomber. Right, that's a kill. That's a hit. That's a damage, and that's what we're talking. Right, so that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So every one of the 4 cards, and I want to say that this is the one that Stu maybe commented on that maybe tail. I think I'd said it was tail at first, but you can see tail's almost as good. Although that one there is not a damage for tail. That's 2. That's 1, and that's 2. So coming from the tail is probably better. Although there's more return fires there, and there was that 1 that wasn't a damage, but so is that the right way to be thinking though, or is it the better option to sort of say, well, this is only round 2, we can have a round 3. You've got to also consider that a lot of these guys are then going to be no ammo left. Just let's look back on the 4 cards yet again, and you will see that every one of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, every one of them, although it does a damage, also has a low ammo. So yeah, I mean 4 of the guys, unless it happens to be this one or this one, they're going to be no ammo, so they're then not going to be able to participate in the next round, the bomber cycle. So okay, so what about the disruption then? So we would more than likely go for this one first. What sort of number of fighters do we need? We've got 2 to start with, 2 points already towards our disruption if we're going for this one. And in actual fact, does that not maybe suggest that you should maybe go for that one first? Because then when that gets knocked out, you've still got an extra 2. So maybe. So let's say you use, I don't know, let's say we use 6 aircraft here. So 6, 7, 8. And let's target that tile first. So let's say we're going for a disruption 8. Again, looking back in the last 4 cards. Okay, I know I'm deep diving into this, but again, coming from the flank. So what did I say? 8? 6, 7, 8. Well, that would work because we deal the damage first, and as long as it wasn't. Thing is, if that happens to be a fallen result, I think that spoils that. But more than likely, that 9 is going to be a disruption. That tile will be disrupted. That one's a 6. That works. That one's a 9, but it's not doing damage, so that wouldn't work unless we had damage. And that one's a 7. It's also dealing damage. So out of the 4 cards, 3 of them. 2 of them are definitely working, and the third one's more than likely working. So, and that's having 6 aircraft up there. And then, of course, once you knock that tile out, and when I say 6, you've probably got 3 fighters on this tile and 3 fighters on that tile, maybe. So then you knock the 3 out, then you've only got maybe 5, so or maybe only take a chance and put 2 on that. Yeah, we're going a bit too heavily into this, aren't we? Yes, I can hear you nodding your head. Okay, well, that's where we're at. What do we do? What do we do? And right now we could return to base as well, but nobody's no ammo. We've got this guy that's jammed, so I think everybody's staying here. And remember, we do only have the one escort, and the head station is heavy. So after this, we're going to get an escort reaction. So hopefully it's not too damaging. And yeah. So let me sort of ponder on what I'm going to do here. I'm not sure. Right, okay, this is my thinking. Yeah, I know I had a couple of comments. One from Stu that I couldn't decipher. There was no timestamp, shall I say, Stu. I didn't add that. I just said I don't know what you're going on with. It was like, the comment was, what's the point in 3 fighters on 1 bomber? I'm not sure what you were talking about, but I mean, 3 fighters on 1 bomber, if they've got 1 damage and need 3 more damage to take it out. But like I say, unless you timestamp it and tell me where it is we're talking about, I don't know. So, but yes, I'm not. You know what? Yeah, I don't mind you commenting for other folk watching, and for my own sanity to sort of say, right, explaining it to me that what is the point in doing this and giving me some reason to why. But yeah, I mean, I openly admit my strategies aren't going to be brilliant, and some of what's here is probably not great. I guess it's just my thinking of it. Let's say we're doing okay up to now. We've got an excellent result in Chapter 1. Have I made any mistakes? Yes. Have I been able to fix the mistakes to a reasonable sort of satisfactory feeling in my own rights that I could count that as an excellent result? I want to say almost. No, I think I can say yes, and feel okay about that. But maybe some might challenge that. I mean, I'm a stickler for the rules, so I have broken 2 or 3 rules and fixed them to the best I can. So whether that does say that maybe there's an asterisk to my excellent, then possibly. But I can't say that I'm too far away from being excellent in the first chapter. So I must be doing some things okay. Either that or I'm getting really, really lucky. And yeah, I had a comment from Hal, well, a private sort of message from Hal, and he feels like I'm doing pretty well with this. But it's quite a swingy kind of game. There is quite a lot of randomness. There is a lot of die rolling. There is situations where you could play Patrol Chapter 1 throughout and never get a victory point for isolating Naketa. I mean, I suppose that would be unlucky to go through 6 patrols and not get at them and get victory points for them. However, the alternative could happen, so you could have 6 patrols where you did get at them. I want to say we scored, and it shows in the scores, doesn't it? We got 11 victory points there, 6 Ket isolated. So we got at the bombers before they dropped the bombs. Patrol 3, we got at the bombers before they dropped the bombs. And then the last 3, we did not get the bombers before. No, that's a lie. That one must have been. So I only got 3 points at it, but we must have got at the bombers before they dropped the bomb. So the last 2 patrols, we did not get the bombers. But there is potential in this game to have 0, for this. So, yeah, I dare say that's rather unlucky. We got 4 out of 6. So, I'd like to think I was probably luckier than not. I know, like I say, I've not watched all of Tim's stuff, but his first patrol he did not get any points for isolating Keta because they've dropped their bombs. And there's nothing you can do about that. If the raid markers come up quick, there's nothing you can do. So, anyway, but feel free to carry on telling me that I'm making stupid decisions here, there and everywhere, if that helps other people. And it might help myself. I might look at it and say, right, but, sometimes I need a bit more information, and I do need a timestamp. When you're just saying, this is stupid, or what's the point in this, I'm not going to watch through my whole video to try and find out where you are. So, but you have been putting timestamps down, but just on this occasion, I have no idea what you were on about. So, okay, that's my setup. I think I'm going to stick with this. We've got, and what I chucked the 2 blue section up here and here on this because it's got wing damage. Kind of hoping that I might go, yeah, because 3, 6, 8, 9, 10. So I think the intention is to go for this bomber first. Is that the best way of doing it, or should we try that? No, because if we go for that and it knocks it out, I don't think that's... I think we should go for yellow first on this guy. Hopefully that knocks this one out. And then I might consider... No, I don't think you do want to consider going with blue. I think you just then want to go for the red. Because with the red, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think you just go for the 7 and you're getting 3 shots at that, aren't you? And then we've got some down here. This guy's over. He's got 1 damage left. He's got 3 damage on him. So I'm just going to chuck that. And that's blue 2. It's just a regular. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? He's not getting any ammo issues. Yeah, I was thinking, why not switch him with somebody who's got ammo issues, but I don't think it matters. It just means he'll be able to come along. I suppose it depends on the return fire and the hits that you might get. So that's got 2 hits. I'm going in with 2 guys here. And then the final one, this got 2 hits. I'm just going with this guy because I'm running out of fighters, obviously. He's got jam guns, though, so we might get lucky there. Right, that's what I'm going to go with the intention that I'm probably going to want to have round 3 bomber again at the bombers. But we shall see, because a lot of these guys are going to go out of ammo. Going to stick with us. We're going to start with yellow leader, who is one of our aces. He's low ammo. You can see the counters I've got. They're either below them or above them. Managed to avoid putting any on top of the actual counters. So, and this one's not got a counter either side, so it's got nothing on it. This has got low ammo and jammed. It's quite straightforward. You can see it. Just makes it nicer, I think, to see the actual aircraft as well and find out what the pilot is and whatever. Right, let's do it. So, bomber cycle, that's our approach. And now we're going to burst. So I'm going to go yellow leader against this. This is connected tiles. So top row, coming in from the flank. He is an ace pilot, so can use his lucky charm, which cancels an icon, so remember that one. And then, yeah, disruption number, which is what we're looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's do it. The bomber deck's about halfway through. From the flank, connected tiles. Top row from the flank. Here we go. 10. Well, 10 is what we wanted. He's not green. He's just a regular pilot. So a damage, low ammo, and we've got the 10. Right. So the low ammo issue here comes up again. He's not a green pilot, so we've got a damage, a low ammo, and a 10. Right, let's work on the 10 first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's isolate the tile. Let's move some of these guys around a little bit. They're all still in the area, it's just to make it. So this tile becomes isolated. What one were we on? Was it the bottom one? Would have been it. So I'll move it along there. So, bash, bash, bosh. So that's what's happening. And we're going to register another point there for the isolation of the tile, because bombers still haven't dropped the bombs. So chapter 2 patrol 1, and that's going to be a strike through, saying that that's the 5th isolation. So 5 points, well, a potential 3 more, but all we need to do is isolate 1 more tile now, this one here, and we'll get 3 more points out of that and get the full 8. So that was good. So going back to the card, that's a 10 resolved. The G, he's not green, so that's resolved, so we're done with that. So now we've got a damage to deal and to go low ammo. Yeah, let's deal with the damage first, because I think this is again a position where we might want to prevent that low ammo from happening. Just thinking back to when I used that, it was the veteran, wasn't it? So this is an ace, so it's slightly different. Okay, so damage on this bomber. Oh, how about that? Cockpit. Well, just as well we've done that in that order. So he's gone. That's really nice though, isn't it? So destroyed. Just, it feels such a shame when it's the first guy out of 3 that you're using, isn't it? Because it feels like that's a waste. They're now wasted. But we shouldn't grumble. Really, should we? Right, so because of that, that's yellow leader. Yellow leader is E. That's Avery, isn't it? He's been going nuts. So yellow leader is Avery. So a bomber kill there for Avery. That's his 5th bomber kill. Wow. And he already gained the ace skill. So that's his 5th kill. I should have made them a bit smaller maybe. Well, surely he's not going to get 5 more. Or more than 5 more, and I should be alright there. I can just do them underneath. So, and then now, because we're doing it the way we're doing it, although that destroyed marker's got to sit there for now, that once we're finished with this tile though, I had to leave the destroyed markers lying about because of the way I'd done it. And we're going to do it the way that Tim has been doing it, and we're going to mark down a 1 bomber kill there. So yeah, so that's 1 bomber kill. So that's me registered that now, so I don't need to worry about that destroyed marker. If we want to take that tile away when it's wiped out, it doesn't matter. Okay, right, now let's go back to his ammo situation then. He's going to be marked no ammo right now, but with the... Is that right? I know that I get mixed up a little bit with the ace skills and the veteran. Lucky charm. Only 1 icon on the card may be cancelled. So we could cancel this. Yeah, it's the same, because as a veteran, one of the options is discipline. Cancel a low ammo result. So however, we could cancel... Now remember, we could cancel a hit to this guy as well. So, but if we don't cancel this low ammo result, he goes no ammo. Right? Now, slightly different in this case, because we do have an escort station. This guy could come under attack from escorts. And if we use our skill right now, then we can't then use it to maybe save him from a hit. However, if we use our skill right now to cancel the low ammo, or if we don't use our skill, he's going home. He can't do anything more. So that's why I feel like there's a slight dilemma here with this one. You know, I feel like I want this guy to stay in the fight, and I can do that right now by cancelling that low ammo result. Yes, there's risks. If he gets targeted, then I'm looking stupid, because you're going to say to me, yeah, you used your ace skill to make sure he had some ammo left, and now he's dead. He's in the fate box, he's over the channel, he's struggling for his life. Okay, I guess that's a call you've got to make right now. But there is 12 aircraft here. That a head station, escort station. Well, let's say we draw 3 cards. Let's say we've got an ambush. That's 4 possible random results that could target that guy. It's a gamble, isn't it? It's a gamble. What do you do? Similar to what Tim's comments were about, don't dilly-dally, get in there, make contact, get out before you get back across the channel. You could be over the channel and roll like a demon and it doesn't affect it. It's fine. It's all good. I mean, don't get me wrong, these guys have played it more than me, they probably know better, and their experience is that you want to get out of there, you don't want to be over the channel. I get that, and maybe I will learn. Yeah, I've already learned when I thought about using the cancellation of a low ammo result, chose not to. The guy got hit, chose to use it then, and Stu commented, there, that's why you don't do it. So, this is a slightly tricky one. I thought the last one was easy, and I used it to cancel the low ammo result, and it was an easy choice, because there was no escorts, there was no real threat. Slightly trickier this time. I feel like I want to cancel it though, so, and if I do, I might look foolish. If I do, I might also look like, yeah, you knew what you were doing there, Grant. But it's the randomness in this game. There is a randomness. These heavy escorts. Let's say we draw no cut. Let's say the head station does not attack. There's no ambush. We come back. This guy gets another shot. He shoots down a bomber. He then returns to base. So, then again, he shoots down a bomber, gets a return fire, and gets hit. Well, he wouldn't be there to shoot down the bomber because he would have been no ammo. Yeah, you get what I'm saying, don't you? I'm sure you do, and I'm sure I'm saying too much. Right, let's put it to the test then. I'm going to cancel that low ammo for Yellow Leader. Who is Yellow Leader? Oh, it's Every, yeah. Maybe we shouldn't be taking chances with him because he's mind you, he's an ace. He's just awesome. He's got 1 escort kill as well and 5 bomber kills. And obviously he garnered the lucky charm. And I'll tell you what else he is going to do. There's maybe something to think about, Grant. This is his 5th patrol. So he's going to earn veteran status. Right, maybe you should think more on that, because then if he goes down, they're going to be, the fingers are going to be pointed at you and say, see, I don't know, I just feel like he's going no ammo. The next chance we then get, we have to return to base. It's not such an easy decision, that. I don't think it is. If I had only 2 or 3 aircraft out here and he was one of them, I think it then makes it more sort of important to maybe just let him keep his skill, because he's more likely to get targeted from this random escort reaction or ambush. That's the other thing. I remember that ambush targets out of contact stuff first, lost contact, which we don't have any. Unlikely to have any come the first check of the escort reaction, I think, as well. You know what? I'm gonna go with my gut though still, and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use his skill, and we'll see. And then I can be the fool that's made that choice. So it is Every Yellow Leader. So he's going to use his skill. I'm just going to turn that upside down to say that he's used his lucky charm to cancel a low ammo result. You heard it here. Yes. And he's now going to stay a low ammo and not no ammo. Okay. Right. That's him done. That was everything. That seemed to take longer than it should have, Grant. All my videos take longer than they should have, don't they? So, that was connected tiles. Yeah, we've done everything there. Okay, so moving on, this guy has to target this as if it was connected tiles still, remember. So, and he can't obviously deal damage, that's the downside to all this. So it's connected tiles from the flank, yellow 2. We're just hoping for not bad things to happen, and unfortunately, 2 bad things are happening, because this is the one we've got to look at. So he's getting return fire, and he's getting low ammo. So he's going no ammo, and also getting a return fire on him. The 9 part of it does nothing. But you know what? A nice lost contact for that guy right now. An LC would be, I think, kind of awesome. Because it puts him up in the lost contact area, which sort of protects a little from the other guys from ambush, in particular this guy. I'm now terrified he's going to get shot at this guy. Here we go. Right, it is not a lost contact. So it is a hit. Ooh, it's an 8. Fuselage 8. You should probably stick with where the other character is going. Okay, that was bad, but nothing you can really do. Nothing we could do about that. So, right, yellow 3 is not green. No, he's regular. So he's got to do the same attack. Connected tiles from the flank. Right, he's got a collision check to make. And the 8 doesn't matter. Now, yeah, the collision checks. Yeah, I think it's got to be made still. I guess this might have been asked before. I think we've already, yeah. But then if this is destroyed, I think I've rolled on this before. Right, you know what? I'm going to roll on it. If this is a 1 though, I might be going to look for things. Although I feel like I've maybe said that before, and wasn't 100% sure if this collision should still be considered. So, if it's a 1, it is not a 1, but I leave that question there with you guys at the 42-minute mark, if you want to timestamp that. Do we still check for collision here? I feel like I should. Well, no, hold on. I think the rules are that I should. I just not quite sure. Well, hang on though, thematically, is this guy actually destroyed at the time? We're all attacking him at the same time. He's still up in the air. We're all shooting in on him. So, yeah, I guess thematically it is alright. Anyway, if there's any doubt in that, let me know. If for some reason I shouldn't be checking for collision, let me know. I did check for it because I think that's the right way to do it. But okay, that was all. It was collision and an 8, so that's fine. So, yeah, pretty decent start, I think. I mean, okay, we've got some damage. So let's stick up here and see if we can now. So what do we want to do here? So the disruption number now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But if we take the risk and go on this, and then that breaks that tile away, maybe we lose 1, 2, 3. And we're only then got 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, I think we need to stick with the red, going for the middle tile there. So red leader, in fact red section, the leader is regular, 2 is regular, 3 is green. So red leader, we're attacking this bomber here. So let's do it. Joined up tiles, top row, from the flank, looking for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We've not got a 7, that's a bad one. Yeah, that's a bad one. So jam guns, and we got a 9, and a 9 is not working for us. And jam guns is obviously not so good either. Right, so I'll just put that on top there. And that's him done. Right, okay, move on to red 2, regular pilot. So again needs a 7, attacking the same one. So from the flank, top row. Well, that's nowhere near a 7. 14, jings. Green, he is not green, so hopefully we've got that out of the way. And this guy is green, but it was him that we were using there. So nothing happening there. No 14, no green. Right, this is the last chance of breaking all the tiles completely. So Have you made a miscalculation here, Grant? So again, right, we need a 7 disruption from the flank. Top row. Come on, 7. Oh, what about a 6? Bingo. So yes, here, starboard, the tail. We've got dorsal gunner hit. We're getting return fire, but I don't care about that because we've got the 6. So that is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to isolate that tile in the middle. So where are we putting things? It's getting a bit messy, isn't it? Well, that's everything. Well, I'll tell you what that's going to do. Right, let me just grab that tile, isolating that tile, which isolates the other 2 tiles. I'm going to bring it away down here, out of the way, and I'm going to bring everything down there with it. So that's right, they were attacking the bottom right bomber there. He was attacking it. This is the guy that done the job. Now they've also got markers coming down with him, so he's got low ammo and jam guns. He's got low ammo, and I haven't resolved everything yet. Yeah, that's still there. So what that's done is isolated 3 more tiles, so we're getting these 3 points, so that has us completed the isolation of every one of the Keta. So 5, so it's 8, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, and that's 8 in total, so we'll work on the victory points total. But at the moment, for our patrol, we've got 9 points. We've got 8 for the Keta and 1 bomber kill. So 9. Pretty good. And I mean, my guess is I'm pretty sure we're gonna get at least 1 more bomber. So coming back down here, finishing off with red 3 is a green pilot. Let's look back on the card again. So we're looking here. So dorsal gunner hit. I'd done the 6, that was a disruption. Dorsal gunner hit on that guy, and then he will suffer from return fire. That's the downside to it. He's a green pilot, remember, so let's hope that doesn't backfire on him. Right, it's just a normal hit. Hopefully it's a low one. 7 to the cockpit. Not so good. And remember, both of these are going to be over the channel. But here's the thing. When the rain marker first appears, it's over the channel. What can you do? You've got to get the bombers. You've got to take these risks. There's nothing I can really do about the fact that these are over the channel. You just got to hope for the best. You know? I think. I don't think there's anything I can't sort of say, well, I could. I've thought about it. I'll not make contact just yet, and we'll wait until this moves into here, and then we'll hope. But if one of these 2 is a raid marker, they drop the bombs, and that's it. Game over. Well, 8 points over. So yeah, you've got to take these chances. I think it's war. This is what happened. Sadly. Okay, so that's red. So we can pop up there and look at blue next, and then we'll deal with some of these individual ones. So got all our Keta isolated now. So blue leader is our other ace. No, it's not. It's our veteran. And we've got blue 3. Yeah. I remember when I put these together. I made sure these 2 together. Your veteran should always go with your green pilot of your section because of it says stay trim here. I think the wording of this is one of the ones that's different somewhere else. Stay trim, it says. I want to say maybe in the... Is it maybe in the... No, actually. It's here. It's here on the map. So I can maybe just look at it here. I guess something was lost because it says stay close. It says stay trim in the rule book. It says stay close there. Don't know if that's been pulled up anywhere or not. You would think it probably has. Is it a biggie? No, but I suppose So stay close, intersection, cancel result applied to green pilot. This applies to dogfight or advantage cards. Bomber formation area if same approach. Yeah, because I missed this one because this is just a sort of a brief example on the. But in the rule book it says, like I say, it calls it stay trim. But it's not. I would say that could be clearer in the rules. This one. But it's this bit here, we've read it a few times. No bombers. This privilege may only be used in the bomber formation area. See, why is it saying no bombers? I'm not sure I understand why it says that. It says this privilege may only be used in the bomber formation area when the veteran green pilot are approaching the same bomber from the same attitude. They must belong to the same section. So that is why we've got these two are veteran coming in with our green pilot from the same attitude, attacking the same bomber, and they're both from the same section. So we can grab that veteran privilege, stay trim. Well, is it stay trim? Is it stay close? Whatever one it is meant to officially be, and then cancel. Not just a green hit, it can cancel a green loose result as well. So that's why they're together, and we made a mess of that the last time. Well, I say make a mess, I just but something you should remember, with your veteran pilot, and if you've got a green pilot in your section, keep them together. I think so. I think that's how it should be. Right, so our veteran, blue leader, well, what else? While we're sitting there, he can cancel a low ammo result. So again, I might have that dilemma again. Practice maneuver, that's in a dogfight. Pull tight is in a dogfight, so that doesn't apply. Stay trim. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let me just. Now, I don't think there's an issue with me changing these over. And I say there's not an issue because I can do them in any order I want. But that suggests to me that I might want to attack with blue 3 first. And if he gets the green kill, green hit, then I use ham. I don't suppose. Well, it would matter because let's say I got a low ammo result on this, and I might consider I use my privilege. But what if he gets a green hit? So let's have the green hit possibility first. Yeah. Follow my lead. When tailed in a dogfight, and then you've got the pluck, which is probably the thing that you want to really use it for. It gives you a +1 to die rolls and the fate check. Also use the interception and suppress the score. Yeah, okay. Right, so I'm going to do blue 3 first. He's a green pilot, attacking an isolated tile from the flank. So middle row, middle column. Isolate. There you go. Bang. Look at that. Well, now here you're saying, well, if you'd attacked your leader first, you wouldn't have been green. Yeah, that's true, but but I think I wanted to know this because if let's just say we'd got a 6 with a low ammo right now, I'd be in the dilemma, and we were using our leader, I'd be in the dilemma saying, do I want to cancel that low ammo because he might have to return to base, he's got no ammo left, and then you've got that. So at least I know the 6 is not going to fall, it's only got 3. So do I cancel the green hat? Probably. Now, do I get to look at this one? Use this one. It saves that green pilot from one result and an advantage of dogfight card. Yeah, because that's what it says. It talks about advantage dogfight cards that specifically affect the green pilot. That is, it cancels either of these icons, and that's one of the icons. The other icon is just the G on its own, which means our green pilot goes loose. I think I need to look this up then, because it doesn't say, but I would think it was similar to Lucky Charm where we can look at it first, but it doesn't say that, so maybe not. So give me a second, I'm going to look either for stay trim or stay close, and I'll be back shortly. Okay, so I looked on BGG. I couldn't find this question being asked. So hence the reason that, because it doesn't say in the rules that unlike Lucky Charm, where Lucky Charm says a hit or return fire marker may be drawn before making this decision, this is not what we're doing. Stay trim or stay close, if you like, whatever it's meant to say, does not say that you can look at it first. And the fact that it's not even being asked on BGG, I was going to ask the question myself, but then I thought doesn't need to be asked. It's not there. So my choice is I can cancel this green hit, or I cannot. I don't get to look at the hit marker. That's my take on it. Okay. Also, while I was there, Stu, I noticed made a couple of comments about there's no right and wrong decision here. You do what you think's right, and this is about me talking about cancelling low ammo. And fun enough, he's talking about this situation here where we have the veteran with the green pilot, which I've realised now. I've realised that these guys should stay together, and because this guy, the veteran, can protect his green pilot, as we're about to probably do. I think this is what I'm going to do. Yeah, I mean, there's not. I agree. There's no right and wrong, but I don't know. If you want the guy to stay involved, and if he's no ammo, or I mean, maybe you're saying that. Let's just say this guy gets knocked no ammo. Does he still stay with his green pilot and participate in further attempts? I mean, he can't hit anything, but he's still bringing along his privilege. Okay, that's a fair point as well. So, you know, let's just say we had used Blue Leader first here to attack, and he'd got the low ammo result, and I says, right, I'm going to cancel that so that he stays low ammo. Then this guy takes a green hit. Then I'm looking stupid. Let's say this guy doesn't take a green hit. He's got low ammo. Yeah, you know what? Thing is, if I let him go no ammo, he can still stay with this guy and maybe protect him. So there's an argument there as well, isn't there? When it comes down to the veteran, this is a veteran privilege, not an ace skill. That having this guy, even if he's got no ammo, even if he's got guns jammed, well, that's a different thing. But if he's got no ammo, he can still participate. Just bring him along with that guy. I mean, okay, it's risking him still getting a hit. He could take a hit himself, couldn't he? So what is the right? There's no right and wrong. There's just like how you go about it, I think. I mean, and I wasn't saying, you know, you're saying it's up to you, but I was getting challenged on using the privilege to remove a low ammo result, and I think there's an argument to say at that point, maybe not here, not what we're talking about here, but at that point, I think there was a strong argument to say that yes, use it to stop him going no ammo, for sure. Yeah, I think so anyway. But then, yeah, maybe everybody's going to play it differently. So we have isolated tile. The 6 didn't work. We've got the green hit. We're going to use. We don't get to see the hit marker. We're going to use, but however, a hit marker's bad enough, and it's not a return fire, remember. So we're going to use Blue Leader's privilege to prevent that hit. Okay, so I think that's a sensible use of it, isn't it? Hope so. I hope so. Okay, so he's done. And that was just him stepping in and using his privilege with a stay trim or stay close, whatever it is. This privilege will be used in the bomber formation when the veteran and green pilot are approaching the same bomber from the same attitude. They must belong to the same section. Correct. Right, good. Right, Blue Leader coming in from the flank on an isolated tile. Isolated tile from the flank. We've got a damage, a low ammo. We would have a low ammo, wouldn't we? And a 6. Even with the damage, is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that 6 is not going to do it. So we've got a damage and a low ammo. So let's just deal with that. Well, we can't stop that now. He's used his privilege, so he's done his job. We're going to draw a damage for that Junker with a wing damage on it. And we get Fuselage with a 12 to knock it out of the formation. Well, you never know. We've rolled a 12 when we need it before. It can happen on occasion. Not this time though. An 8. Right. I'm so wanting to play a little more, and we're just that's me at an hour, and I really can't justify it. It's quite late at night, and yeah, I'd hoped I would get up early and be able to have a couple of shots, a couple of parts, but yeah, I'm enjoying the game. It's good. It is good. I can see and it's still not okay. That's just into the second patrol, and yeah, I'm still slightly concerned that after 4 patrols that it might be burnt out, but I'm not. I'm for sure not now. I'm not, and I think I'll be itching to come back up tomorrow when I get up. So, okay, so that's all the Keta stuff. We've got this on this, these 2 on this on this. These were the serious possibilities of taking this out. Now from the flank, just looking at the last discard, that was a damage, wasn't it? No, hang on. Yeah, the last 2 were damage. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can't look at that. I think, like I say, I get the feeling this is the one that Stu said there's only 3 cards in this bomber deck that will not produce the damage. I might be wrong. It might have been regarding the tail. I'm not going to go back and look. We're just going to go for it. So let's go for blue 2 now. He's got no markers on him. He's not low ammo or anything like that. Only needs to deal 1 more damage to this. Isolated, lone bomber. So lone bomber from the flank. We just need 1 hit. Oh, let's hope he's not green. Blue 2 shouldn't be. No, he's not. Blue 3's up there. Oh, that was disappointing. So that's 1 of the 3 then. if I'm getting that right. I don't know what to say. So it's just a green hat. That is not happening. That was disappointing. Well, I was limited to what fighters I had left. So this bomber is still alive, sadly. However, there was no ammo issues as well, so he's still intact with his ammo, so that was a plus. Right, let's see if we can do, we need to do 2 on this. However, let's hope that's one of the ones out of the way that doesn't deal damage. So, well, it is. So green 2, green 3. Green 3 is a green pilot, so green 2 is not. So let's do green 2 first. Lone bomber from the flank. Dorsal gunner hat. Nothing more, nothing less. That'll do. Where are they? It's not them. Yeah, it's them. It's on the other side of the fatigue. Yeah, there is fatigue markers. I think we talked about that earlier. So another dorsal gunner. Remember, these need 4 hits to take down. That's all that was on that card, so that's him done. No ammo issues. So green 3, he's a green pilot. To finish it off, lone bomber from the flank. Oh, how about that? Yeah, done them the wrong way about, but you know. So green hat does the damage and low ammo. That's not great. Yeah, we wanted that for this guy, didn't we? Oh, what do you do? Right, so well, let's deal with the damage first. Is going to take that out. So green 3 is going to get that kill. 1, 2, and the fuselage marker goes away. So I'll put this destroy marker out just now, but because I'm going to do things slightly differently. So green 3 is D. So he's getting the kill for this. D. So Dean, no, that's a new guy that we put in. So he gets a bomber kill, and although he's got a little bit baller now, so and then we'll register a bomber kill there. Right. And then that way now I don't need to leave this destroyed marker here. We're not finished dealing with him though. So what else was it we had? We had low ammo. Well, we'll mark him down low ammo. So that's him now, no ammo, but however he is taking a hat. He is a green pilot. And nobody to protect him, so okay. That's a straight up hit. It was a green hit for the return fire. Oh, that means this is bad, eh? Oh dear. Yeah, it's a 9 to the wing. I say it means it's bad. It just seems every one I've seen with not a hit marker there, although that's a green hit marker, seem to be quite a high number on the back. Right, so he's got a 9 to the wing. That is him done. And that's his card done. Yeah. Oh, well, that's another point. Right, last one. This guy's got jammed guns though, so it was just a sort of let's see what happens. So lone bomber, green leader. Okay, he has an ace, so it could cancel an icon with a lucky charm. Lucky charm? Is that right? Lucky charm? Yeah, lucky charm. So yeah, lone bomber from the flank. This is the last card in the bomber deck, actually, which is quite apt because this is the last attack. That's horrible. Well, that's another non-damage. There you go. We got 2 out of the last 3 cards were not dealing damage on the starboard port. So it's jam guns and it's a collision check. Right, we'll do the collision first, or collision check. Ooh. A bit close for comfort. So no collision. And then jam guns, well, he's already got jam guns, so I want to say we're just going to ignore that. While I'm looking at that, I'm going to shuffle up the bomber deck again, because that's it run out. If I look up jam guns, page 59, pretty sure it's going to tell me if already jammed or no ammo. If in a section, apply the jam result to another fighter in the section. If an independent area fighter, ignore the jammed guns result. So ignore it. We didn't do any kind of hit either, so we didn't need to roll odd even. He's just staying jam guns, and that'll be him. Okay, I should wrap this up. I really want to do a bit more, but I mean I could, but. It's pretty late at night, so he's done. So now we are going to, well, I think I'll leave it here as well as I left it in the previous end to the previous part. So we're going to then now disengage and then have to do our hit checks. We've got 3 of them this time, so a bit more to look at. And remember, we are over the channel. So yeah, this is where I think the guys are trying to stress to me that over the channel is not good. I understand, but what can you do here? What can you do? This is where the red icon appears. It appears over the channel. It's not that we're deep into the game here and here over the channel, and I'm still trying to take things out, right? I mean, yeah, Tim warned me from this in the last part, and he's got a fair point because we did end up going into that box. But this is right at the beginning where we had a choice. Do we make contact? And like Tim says in the previous video, you've no time to mess about. You've got to go in. You've got to do it. So we've no choice here. Yes, I'd love it to be in here, but if it's in here, it's dropped its bombs, and we've just gained 8 points. Well, 9, actually 10 in total, because 2 bombers taken down. But we've gained 8 points by jumping in there and getting all these K isolated. So surely these could be sacrifices that had to be made. I think it's how the game deals with it, and it's how it happened. We've got to take them down. These bombers are now getting all disrupted. They're not able to drop the bombs on Great Britain. So we've done our job, and And some of them come up to Scotland, you know. Yeah, we had, well, I said we had. Yeah, I'm not that old, but anyway, my mum told me about it, My mum told me about air shelters and things like that. Back in the day. It happened. Yes, it happened. Okay, I'll just leave it in this state for now. So our next step is going to be still in the bomber cycle, if you like. But it's not a terrible place to leave it. We're going to disengage, do our hit checks. We will then be moving on to the next step. We had bomber formation. Next step is going to be not such a nice one. We're going to have to draw an escort reaction card. But I'll leave the card there because we're not quite at that step yet. And I'll come back to it tomorrow. I want to come back to it right now, but I shouldn't really. Enjoying the game. It's good. I did think about it. I talked about setting something else up on our table because that game's coming down, unfortunately. Normandy at the beginning and the end, using Alone in the Storm solo expansion. No. I need. Whether I don't know. What I should maybe do is maybe even message the designer specifically somehow and try and get his attention to say that. I feel like I'm not saying that by watching my videos you're going to go and buy that game, or it's going to make it, it's going to make them millionaires if they watch my video and if we're doing it all properly, and if you tell me what I'm doing wrong, I'm going to play it more. I'm not really saying that so much, but it's surely going to be beneficial. It's the same we were talking about. I was talking to Alistair, the guy I met up with the other day, who's stays in New Zealand now. I know this is a bit of a whatever at the end of the video here. A Scottish guy emigrated to New Zealand anyway. I think I mentioned him already. But I met up with him just to talk about our hobby here, our hobby of wargaming, in particular solo wargaming. He's the same. He's one of the guys that can play two-handed, if you like, though. You can play these two-player games, which I struggle with, but anyway. So, and we were hang on, I've lost my train of thought. Hang on. Yeah, I've got it again. That's a good thing about a pause button there. Actually, I was able to pause and think about where I was going. Yeah, and it brought back the D-Day at series for me. Now, I've got every one of the D-Day at games, although I was adamant I wasn't buying D-Day at Saipan because D-Day at Iwo Jima was a big mess, really. And I'm not specifically just talking about what they done with the map. That didn't concern me. I don't see why they needed to do that, but that wasn't the major concern. It was the rules were a mess, and there was promises that the rulebook was going to get redone, it was going to get fixed, it was going to this the next time, and just to add there that the DD John Butterfield's DD series starts with Omaha Beach, Tarawa, and then Peleliu. That was the 3 games he designed in the series. Then he was done. He'd done enough. Joe Youst took over the next 2 releases in the series. I think he done a lot of the artwork for the maps. I think he was involved with the maps, which is kind of quite strange, I suppose, if he'd done the maps for the previous ones. I'm not sure if he'd done them all, to be honest. I think he was involved with the maps anyway. Whether he was involved with other things or not, I'm not heavily into all that. But anyway, so he took over, and like I say, John Barfield was obviously, it felt like he'd done enough in the series, and so then we had Iwo Jima, and like I say, the rules were not good. A lot of stuff had just been copied and pasted from Peleliu, and some of it just didn't make sense. It was a big mess, really. It was promised it was going to get fixed. Kept getting promised it was going to get fixed. It never got to that. And then there's talk of D-Day at Saipan coming along. So there was no intention of fixing it. All the intention was, let's get another game out there. So it then produces D-Day at Saipan. And I'm adamant I'm not buying that game, and I buy it. Because the 3 games in the series, D-Day, Omaha Beach, Tarawa and Peleliu, are 3 of my favourite games, for sure. They're really hard. I've never won at any of them, but I'll still set them up and play them again. I'd like to think I might start getting a little better at them and maybe get close. I mean, to be honest, Omaha is the one that you might have a chance winning. I'm sure if people have claimed to have won at Tarawa and Peleliu, I know you're out there claiming that. Well, let's in particular Peleliu, because I think it's the hardest of the 3. I dare say Tarawa possibly is winnable. Just thinking back to my playthrough of it, my. I did not make a good job of that. I had average luck though, but okay. Anyway, where was I going? Yeah, so I done a playthrough of Saipan, and it looks like a great game. And the designer was there initially to help answer questions, but the questions mounted up, and eventually he said to me, and I've maybe said this in another video, I'm sure I have, in another playthrough somewhere, that he mentioned to me that could I compile a list of questions, send them to him, and he'll respond to them. And of course, I was in contact with Martin Ackerland, who's you'll know that name if you've played any of the DDAT series, because he was relentlessly there answering questions for people, and he's got a hotline to John Butterfield himself that you can contact John just like that. And I'm not kidding, but he's able to he knows what he's talking about regarding the games. So I was surprised that he actually bought D-Day at Saipan, because I know he was not impressed by Iwo Jima, but I think he had read the rules previously before buying it and thought that this was a game that they'd maybe that maybe Iwo Jima was a bit of a blip, and then the designer got hold of it, but it turns out this wasn't the case, and it was just the same pile of whatever. And a lot of the stuff again copied and pasted from like Peleliu, let alone Iwo Jima. It was copied and pasted from Peleliu, and that was a different game and whatever. But anyway, so I spoke to Martin and says, would you be able to compile a list of questions, because this is what Joe's asked for, and we sent a list of questions. We sent an initial list, and I think we upped the list to 25 to 30 questions, and I'm sure there was a lot more. So he promised to get back and never got back, and then I think I nudged him again, and I'll get back to you. Never got back. We're talking a couple of years gone by now, I think, isn't it? And then interestingly, there's a thread on BGG about this issue. And Joe had came along and asked about these questions, and I chimed in with my thread saying I sent you the questions about 2 years ago, and you've not done that. He's like, oh well, give me the questions and I'll deal with them. Again, this was, I want to sort of hazard a guess, it's 6 months ago. It might have not been quite that long ago. So Martin again reposted the questions and sent them to him, and nothing. And such a shame, because that is such a good game, and I'm not saying my videos could have made that game happen and whatever, but there's probably 2 or 3 other videos out there on that game, and some people are happy just to struggle the way through and ignore these things in the rules that don't make sense and whatever. I'm not, and I guess if you look up the rating on BGG for that game in Iwo Jima, pretty sure they're a lot lower rated than what the first 3 DDAT series games were. But and that's because there's a reason for that. Anyway, okay, I've had a wee blether at the end there. I might need to put a comment in the header about that. The last 5-10 minutes, might have been about 10 minutes actually. Is this rant going on about some unrelated things to this game, shall we say? But yeah, it means a lot to me. That, I mean, 3 of the most favourite solo war games, you know, they should have been followed up with. I'm not saying, I know he wanted to have a different slant on how the game's played. Yes, by all means do that. But let's work together and let's make them the games that they should be. They should be good games. Saipan looks like a great game. It just needs fixed. It needs help. Only he can do that. Only the designer can do that, really. He's got to, I don't know, even if he's just making things up, just tell us what that means and what this means and how you play that. You know, just... Right, sorry, I'm getting carried away now. I'm getting annoyed. Nah, I'm not. Well, yeah. But yeah, and they're not cheap games, you know. £100+ dollars, whatever. Certainly pounds for us across here. It's more expensive than what you guys get in the US, but anyway, right, an hour and 20 minutes, I better go. I'm definitely not getting another part in now because I've ranted on there a bit. So I'll be back tomorrow with the next part. Okay, cheers.